Alright, today we're looking at some coins. I've been collecting coins for a while, and I wanted to go through some of them, show you what we found, anything good. Some of them, maybe we can find some errors together. Let's start with this one here. This is let's see, a 1991 penny, Liberty. In God We Trust. It's a little worn. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything on it. Turn it over. United States of America. 1 cent. America's not touching it. The A and the M don't touch. Always look for the ones that do touch, or are supposed to touch, but they don't. 1991. Okay. Put that in the pile that we don't need. What do we got here? We got a Liberty 1965 dime. Oh, wow. Found a 1965 dime. Liberty looks really good. I don't see any kind of doubling. Ear looks good. The face looks good. In God We Trust. Now, the W is touching the rim. I don't know if that's supposed to be that way. The W is touching the rim. Let's see. Anything on the back? United States of America. Oh, yeah. It looks like, well, kind of looks like the C and the A on this one are touching. I don't know if that's supposed to be. 1 dime. U.S. It's a little worn. But still in fairly decent condition. And that was a 1965 dime. Alright. Put that one to the one we save. Let's see, what else we got in here? Let's see, we have a quarter. What year is this quarter? Let's see, I don't see any doubling. It is a D mint mark. In God We Trust. The G and the T look a little worn down. America, the C and the A are not touching. The A and the M are not touching. United States. Liberty, yeah, no doubling. And let's see, Apostle Island coin. What year is this one? This one's a 2018. That Wisconsin. If you know any errors that are supposed to be on these types of coins, let me know. So far I don't see any kind of doubling or anything, or any off-center strikes. Little man in the rowboat there. Yeah, I don't see anything special about this coin. Just a regular old quarter. Just a regular old quarter. Except for, like I said, the G and the T look pretty worn. And what else did we see on this one? Did we see something else on this one? Wisconsin. No. Islands. Oh, just regular old coin. Regular old coin. What do we got here? Oh, well, look at this. This is a 1981. Oh, look at it. Now the numbers, 1981, touched the rim. Liberty is up there touching the rim. In God We Trust. G looks, it looks like a G, I would say. I don't see any doubling or anything on this one. But like I said, they do touch up on top. And 1981 does touch the rim on the bottom. United States of America. The A and the M are touching on this one. So this one could possibly be an error coin. This one could possibly be one. If you see anything I don't see, you want to take a closer look at it, let me know. But yeah, we'll put this one off to the side. That's one we'll look further into. Let's see, found a nickel here. Let's see, what year is this nickel? This is a 1984 nickel. And yeah, the 1984 looks like it's pretty much touching the rim. There is space in Liberty on the rim. Is there space on the 1984? Yeah, a little tiny, maybe a little tiny It's pretty close though. It's pretty close. In God we trust. Oh, look at it. Definitely look at that. The I and the N are definitely touching the rim. Definitely. So is the W. In God we trust. Yeah, that's all touching the rim. That's all touching the rim. So this is one definitely want to put off to the side. It's 5 cents. United States of America. Yeah, it looks like there's some space down there. America looks like America's all touching each other. That word, one word, touching. United States is separate. States over here, looks like the A and the T are touching. You know, we'll put that one off to the side. What else we got? What else can we find in our pockets today? Let's see, it's the Liberty Quarter. And God we trust. Oh, this is 1976. Oh, this is a bicentennial one. Okay, we get any errors on these bicentennial quarters? I do not see any doubling and just not touching the rim. And God do we trust looks good. 1776, 1976 looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. The drummer guy. How many stars we got? Here we got 1, 2, 3. 13. Yeah, we got 13 stars. If you find one with 14 stars, it's supposed to be worth a lot more. There's supposed to be a star somewhere hidden, I guess. United States of America. Oh, look at that F. Is that F supposed to be like that? That marked down like that? And the A and the M are touching. A, M. And it looks like the M and the E are touching too. So this is a possible error coin. Possible error coin. Let's look at his hand. I know they were talking about having 4 fingers. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 on that hand, yeah. And then this hand over here is usually kind of doesn't really look like 2 fingers at all. You know. Can we get a little closer look at that? Let's should we try and get a little closer look at this hand? All right, let's oh. No, I think that's about as close as we're going to get. That's about as close as we're going to get. But it does make it interesting because, what did I say was going on with this thing? In God we trust, 1776, 1976. Like I said, if you find one with 14 stars, it's worth a lot more. Like I said, oh yeah, the interesting thing I thought was the A and the M are touching. No, the M and the E doesn't look like they're touching, but the A and the M are definitely connected. Definitely connected. So I think this could be a possible error coin. Put that off to the side. Let's see, I found a nickel in my pocket. And this is a, oh look at it, 1946 nickel. I found a 1946 nickel. This is 1946 is touching the rim. Liberty is touching the rim too. Look at that. Touching the rim. In God we trust. Looks okay. The end looks like it's pretty much touching the rim. But there looks like there's space up here. Let's see, can we... No, definitely. I and the N are touching the rim. It looks definitely... I think that is a possible error on this coin. So, and it's a 1946 Liberty nickel. Found it in my pocket, in my change. You know, let's see, United States of America looks good, 5 cents. Monticello, E pluribus unum. Looks a little worn down, but still, like I said, the I and the N are touching the rim. In God we trust. Looks, you know, it looks like it's a little bit off. A little bit off. But that's a possible error coin. We're going to keep that one to the side. Look further into that one. Let's see what we got. Let's see. How about, what is this? This is a 1988 D penny, Liberty. I don't see anything. No doubling or anything. I don't see it. Oh, look at that. States looks like it's been kind of worn off. Look at that. Look at that. States look like it's pretty worn off. I don't know if that's an error or just from wear and tear, But 1 cent, it all looks good except for right up here. Right up United, where it says United States of America. Looks like the O and the S and bits of the E are kind of missing. Huh. Huh. I mean, I think that's a possible error coin. I gotta clean it up a little bit, maybe. In God We Trust. I don't see any doubling at all. 1988, but we are going to keep that one to the side to look into it further. You know? What else we got here? Liberty. This is a 1995 quarter. And God We Trust. Anything interesting about this one? I don't see any doubling or anything. I don't see anything major. Let's see here. United States of America. Well, the A and the M are touching on this one. You know, I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. United States. Other than that, let's see. Quarters. None of the letters are touching over there. C and the A. Yeah, the only thing I see is the A and the M touching each other. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. And that is a, what year was that? 1995 quarter. But we'll keep it to the side just to look at it more. Let's see else. What we got here? How about found a penny in my pocket. Found a penny in my pocket. This is a 2021 Liberty penny. In God We Trust. I do not see any doubling, really. I think I'm as close as I can get with this microscope. United States of America. None of them are touching each other. Let's see, states a little worn up there, but 1 cent. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this one really. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything in any of it. It'd be nice if we found one with some doubling. But Liberty looks pretty good. 2021 D mint mark. We'll just chalk this one up to in the change. Ones that we can spend. One, there's a, what do we got? This is an old quarter. What is this one? 1997. Yeah, this one needs to be cleaned up pretty good. In God We Trust. You know, I don't see anything United States of America. Like I said, the A and the M are touching on this one too. Maybe that's the way they're supposed to be. I don't know. But we'll look more into it. But this one looks pretty old and beaten. I think we'll just throw it in the spend pile. Okay, what do we got here? We got a dime. Another dime. 2016 D mint mark dime. Looks pretty good. Liberty. Looks good. In God We Trust. I do not see any doubling on this at all. Let's see. E Pluribus. 1 dime. United States looks good. America, all the letters are separate. You know. But yeah, this one looks like, I don't see anything special about this one at all. No. I mean, if you see something, I don't know. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything. You know, maybe some old wear and tear and dirt. Liberty looks good. You know. 2016 looks good. D mint mark. Alright, let's see. What did we find in our pocket? What did we find in our pockets? Let's see, some more. I got another dime here I found. Let's see, 2023. Liberty looks good. I don't see any kind of doubling. In God We Trust looks really good. 2023. I don't really see anything special about this one either. You know, this one looks pretty well. United States of America. All the letters are separate. They're not touching each other. 1 dime. You know, I don't see any kind of off-center strike or anything, you know, remotely interesting. Let's see here. It's this one. It's a 1979 dime. Well, you can see that whatever that is, a D mint mark, that's pretty much filled in. Liberty, it looks old and worn. You know, In God We Trust, which is pretty much up there touching the rim. You know, this one definitely would have to be cleaned up. It looks pretty chewed up. 1979. It looks old and worn. Let's see. United States of America. Yeah, all the letters are all separate over here. You know. 1 cent. It is worth 1 cent. United States. Yeah, I don't see anything really too special, except for this one. It looks like it's touching up in the rim up here, but it looks pretty chewed up, man. It looks pretty chewed up, but we'll keep this one to the side just to take a closer look at it. Let's see, what's this quarter? In God We Trust, Liberty Quarter, United States of America. Well, like I said, the A and the M, they're kind of touching there. It's a D mint mark. What year is this one? What year is this one? This is a 2003 Land of Lincoln. There's Link. Is that supposed to be Lincoln? I'm assuming that's Lincoln. What is that? What happened to his face? And why is he wearing? It looks like he's wearing sunglasses. Can we back up from this a little bit? Let me see here. Let me see. Let's go up a little bit. Maybe we can get a little bit better of a picture. It looks like he's wearing sunglasses. And what's wrong with his face? Is that an error, you think? You think that's an error? Something wild, Illinois 18. 18 looks good. I don't see any kind of doubling. No real doubling anyway on anything. The only thing that concerns me is why do they make his face that way? Why does it look like he's wearing sunglasses and have some kind of, I don't know, weird thing on the face there? Huh. Alright, we're going to keep that one to the side. We're going to take another closer look at it. Let's see what else we found. We found a 1990 penny. In God We Trust. Liberty looks all good. I don't see any doubling on this one either. I haven't found any with any kind of doubling. Just maybe some minor errors. All the letters are separate. United States, 1 cent. I don't see anything, any kind of errors on any of this one at all. This one just looks like an older penny. Looks still in good condition, 1990. In God We Trust. Nothing's touching the rim. Liberties, no doubling. So that goes in the spend pile. In the spend pile. What we spend, what we will keep. Let's see. This is a quarter. Liberty looks pretty good. No doubling. No real doubling. That R looks kind of messed up though. Right there. You can see that R looks a little messed up. Let's see. It's P mint mark. Let's look on the back here. This is a Virginia 1788, Jamestown 1607, 2007. Quarter, it's a 2000. They got ships on it. I don't really see any doubling or anything on there. If you see anything, let me know. Ships look okay. I don't see any kind of die cracks or anything like that either. Doesn't look, we'll take a little closer look to it. Let's see. Get a little closer. To it. Yeah, I don't really see anything certain special about this one either. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything. Looks like it's just a regular old quarter worth 25 cents. Worth 25 cents, that's it. But yeah, no doubling. Like I said, none of the letters are touching each other. So we're gonna keep. I'll put that one in the spend pile. I find another quarter. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at this! And Liberty is all touching the rim. In God We Trust. I guess that could be considered a G. It kind of looks. Yeah, that's a G. D mint mark. 1981's touching the rim too. Oh wow. And Liberty is all up there. Liberty's touching the rim. You can see that. I think that's definitely an error. Let's see here. United States of America, the A and the M. They could be touching, but I don't think so. I think there's a little bit, maybe a tiny space. United States. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything like that. $1 coins. The only thing that concerns me is how Liberty is up there touching the rim, and the 1981 is all into the rim too. So we're going to keep that one to the side. That's one we'll look more into. Let's see what we got here. Here's a nickel. It's an old nickel. No, it's a 2007 nickel. This one's pretty worn. In God we trust looks fine. You know, I don't see anything on this thing. It's a D mint mark, just an old fucking nickel. Old fucking nickel. I don't see any major kind of errors in this. You know, I don't see any doubling or anything. You know, or anything touching the rim or anything. Well, there's a little bit of that rim damage right there by United States. You know, I don't know what they call that. You know, it looks like I don't know. Maybe it was made that way on accident or not. I'm not sure. America, let's see, looks pretty good. You know, pretty good. Let's back off a little bit of this. Let's back off a little bit of this one. Let's see it a little bit better. Yeah, it looks old and kind of worn. It needs to be cleaned, definitely. We're gonna throw this one in the spend pile. Throw that one in the spend pile. I came across, actually, I was surprised on this one. You know, a buffalo nickel. I found an old buffalo nickel in my change. And what year is it? I have no idea. I have no clue on what year this is. You know, I spend a lot on soda. And I always break, and it's always like $1 or something. You know, and then they give me change back, and I kind of throw it in a jar. So yeah, I got this buffalo nickel. I found it in my change, and I have no idea what year it is. It looks pretty worn. It looks pretty worn and old, you know. But we're going to keep it in the save pile. We're going to keep it in the save pile. We're going to save that one. Okay, a few more to go through. Let's see here. What's this nickel? Found this nickel. It's a 2008P nickel. I don't see anything. In God we trust. Looks all good. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything majorly wrong with this one. You know, is the light too bright on this? Should I turn the light down a little bit? You know, let's see here. Monticello, 5 cents, United States, E plus. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this one. This one probably just, you know, we'll spend. This is a spendable coin, 2008 nickel. Yeah, there's nothing special about that one. Let's see here. I found an old penny. Oh, look at this one. In God We Trust is all up in the rim. 1968. Oh, and L is on the rim. Liberty. In God We Trust. 1968 one. Found that in our change. Turn it over. United States of America. Let's see. The letters aren't touching each other. 1 cent. Looks good. Yeah, the only thing that concerns me is it says In God We Trust is all up in the rim. You know, 1968 looks pretty good. Liberty, the L is definitely touching the rim. And In God We Trust is all up in that rim. So, yeah, this is the one we're going to keep. We're going to keep this one. Keep this one, you know, look further into it. Okay, let's see. See what this quarter is. What is this quarter? This is a New Mexico 1912 Land of Entertainment 2008 E Pluribus Unum. I don't really see any kind of errors on this one right now, and I don't see any kind of doubling. It's an you know, it is a 2008 quarter Land of Enchantment. Let's see here. In God We Trust looks good. Liberty looks good. $quarter looks good. United States of America. Yeah, America. All the letters are separate. You can see there's a space between them. You know, a little bit of space between the A and the M. But it doesn't look like any doubling or anything on any of it. So I think this one's going to go into the spend column. So this one we can spend. This one we can spend. Some of these we're going to keep. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? We have quarter, United States of America. In God We Trust. D, mint mark, Liberty looks good. He's got some kind of thing on his neck, though. What is that? It's on his neck. But this is a Turkey one. Kisachi, whatever that is. It's a 2015. What is it? Louisiana. Big bird one. I don't see anything really that sticks out as it could be an error. You know, if you know more about these coins, if you think you see something that's an error, let me know. I'll take a closer look at it. But I think this one probably will go into the spend pile. And I think that, yeah, the letters do look separate. If they were touching, if the A and M were touching, I'd probably keep it just to, look more into it. United States looks good. Liberty looks good. The only thing that concerns me are these things, dyed chips. Maybe look, it could be on his neck there. I'm not sure what that is. $0.25 looks good. I don't see any kind of doubling. So I think we're gonna put this one in the maybe. Well, we'll put it in the. Well, put it in the spend pile. We're gonna put that one in the spend pile. I'm sorry. All right, what else we got in here? We got, let's see, found In God We Trust penny at 1994. Liberty looks good. D. I don't see any kind of major errors or anything. I don't see any kind of doubling. Let's see, United States of America. The A and M look like they're touching, but I don't know if that's supposed to be that way. The O looks a little worn. United States. Can't really see Lincoln in the middle there, can you? 1 cent. 1 cent, But this one doesn't look that bad. I can always put it in the maybe pile, the maybe. But In God We Trust looks good, 1994. Liberty looks good, no doubling. We'll put it in the spend pile. We're going to spend that one. Spend in that one. How about this penny? In God We Trust. Oh, look at that. It does look like it's coming pretty close to that rim up there. And can we get a little closer? Let's try and get a little closer to this one now. Let's get a little closer. Oh no, there is a space there. Yeah, definitely a space. In God We Trust. Yeah, the T looks pretty worn down over here, but I don't see any kind of doubling on this one either. This is a 1987 D mint mark. The ear looks pretty good. In God We Trust looks decent, except for that T looks worn. United States of America. Yeah, the only thing I see is like the S looks pretty worn, and the E and the O. I don't know if that's from natural wear and tear, or that could be considered an error. I'm not really 100% sure, but you know what? I think I'm gonna put this one in the save pile. I'm not gonna spend this one. I think if I clean it up, maybe we could put it up on the auction. But everything else looks pretty good, except for, like I said, the T is worn. 1987 Liberty. So we'll put it over on the save section for now. What else do we find? And let's see, 2023. In God We Trust looks decent. The I and the T look a little kind of worn down. Liberty. Oh, look at that. The B and the Liberty. Oh, that's all into his head. That's all into his head there. Is that the way it's supposed to be? Is that the way it's supposed to be? Is that an error? That could be an error. Let's see. This United States of America, Edith Kincora, it's a 25-cent one. I know they were talking about some errors on this coins, but this one looks pretty good. I don't see any real doubling or anything. 25 cents. Or is that... Yeah, it does look a little doubling down there, doesn't it? That looks like it has a little bit of doubling. Over on this one, that's a Maya Ike. That looks like a little doubling. A little bit. You know what? I think we're going to keep this one. To the save pile. Especially since that the B and the E and R are going right into his head. It's not just on top. It's touching his head. So we're going to keep that one in the save pile. Let's see. What else we got here? We got 2017 Liberty Penny, D mint mark. In God We Trust. I don't see anything really major on this one. The ear looks kind of worn down. It's a shield one. United States of America. America looks good. None of the letters are touching. 1 cent. United States. So We'll put that one into the spend pile. Into the spend pile. What is it? Oh, this is some kind of foreign coin I got. Or is this something some kind of Pope or something? 1952. I think this one got accidentally put back into something that was in my jar. I have no idea what kind of coin this is. You know, we'll put it into the save pile. I know it's one of them saved. All right, what else we got in here? United States $1 quarter. Liberty looks good. I don't see any doubling on this one. In God we trust. Yeah, it looks like a G, definitely. United States, no doubling or anything. The A and the M are not touching. The letters are not touching. Let's see. This is Maryland, 1788. The old line states. I don't see any kind of errors in this one. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything that really sticks out to me. If you see something, let me know. You know, that's the Liberty quarter. Yeah, P mint mark. United States of America. It looks pretty good. Yeah, this one will go in the spend pile. We'll spend this one. We'll spend this one. What else do we find in our change here? Let's see here. We got In God We Trust. Pretty close to that rim up there. Pretty close. I don't know. It's kind of weird looking. You know, Liberty, 1978. D mint mark looks like it's kind of filled in. United States of America. America is not touching the A and M. The letters are all separate. You know, United States, 1 cent. That's the only thing that interests me is how the W. It's pretty close. No, I guess it can be. I guess it is separating. Let me see here. Let me see if we can get a better view, maybe. Better view. A little bit of farther view, but yeah, I guess there was a little tiny space in there. The T and the R look kind of thrown off. That definitely looks thrown off. Looks like that T is higher and that U is higher. But you know what? I think, yeah, for some reason, 1978 penny. I'm going to keep this one into the save section. I'm going to keep that one in the save section. What about this penny here? We got another 1972. Another 1972. In God We Trust. Yeah, you can see how it's more separate on this one. How the In God We Trust is more separate. You know. And you can see how different the trust is from that last one. You know. Is that this the 19? Oh, that's 78. I thought we had a 72 here. Now I can't. I put it in a pile somewhere. 1968. Let's see. Was it the 1978 that we were looking at? 1979. Well, I don't know. This is a 1972 penny. In God We Trust looks pretty good. You know, it looks separated a lot. It looks heavily separated. The words. Liberty looks pretty good. Pretty close to the rim. 1972. The D mint mark looks good. That all looks good. United States of America. America is not touching. You know. United States looks good. 1 cent. I don't see any kind of doubling or any kind of major errors on this one. It's 1972. But since it's a 1972, I'm going to keep it. Just keep it off to the side. Just, you know, just in case. Let's see. We found a nickel. What is this? 1982 P mint mark nickel, Liberty nickel. In God. Oh, look at that. The I and the N are touching the rim. In God We Trust. That's pretty close up there. That T looks pretty kind of messed up. Definitely. I don't see any doubling on it though. Or do I? No, I don't really think it's doubled. I think it's just a shadow, maybe a shadow. Let's see if we can we get more light, less light. 1982. Trying to mess with all the lighting on it. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Like it doesn't. Well, Liberty is pretty. Liberty touching the rim, yeah, isn't it? That's fucking way up there. Huh. 1982 up there. Huh. You know what? I think we'll keep this one to the side. See, United States of America looks pretty worn. I have to clean that up a little more. I don't see any doubling on it though. You know, I don't really see too many doubling. You know, can we drop it down more? Let's go back down a little closer. Yeah, I don't really see anything major. United States of America looks, I don't know. I think it has to be cleaned up really to tell. But that T does look kind of messed up, and so does that E. Maybe it's just worn from being old, but it's only at 82, so. All right, we'll keep it to the pile. We'll keep it to the pile. Ones that we won't spend. Ones that we won't spend. You know, we got a whole pile of ones that we will spend, and a pile of ones that we won't spend. You know, let's see. I got a few more coins to go through. You know, I just pulled out a handful of coins out of my jar, and I just wanted to take a look at them. You know, here we have a dime, a Liberty 1965 dime. Oh, wow, look at that. Well, the W is definitely touching the rim. Liberty looks pretty good. I don't see any kind of doubling on it. 1965. You know, that 5 looks like it has a little bit of an extra tail. But In God We Trust looks good, except for the W that is touching the rim there. Let's see what else, anything good on this side. United States of America. Letters are all separate. Except for that, let's see, that C and that A. The C and the A look like they're touching. To me, I mean, that looks like it's touching to me. Can we take a better look? Can we take a better look? Let's see here. Let's see, can we get a better look, maybe? Maybe a better look. No, that's not a better look at all. That's not a better look at all. Let's see. Let's see here. Yeah, I would say that I think they're touching, man. I would say they're touching. The C and the A are pretty much touching. That's way too close. That's way too close. One dime. United States. It looks a little worn. Let me turn the lighting down a little bit, maybe. We can see better. You know. But yeah, no, I'm going to keep this one up to the side. This one keeps off to the side. I'll look at that one more. Alright, we got a few more to go through. Let's see here. Liberty Quarter, In God We Trust, looks good. P, Mint Mark, United States of America. All the letters are separate. You know, none of them are touching. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything. I don't see any kind of major errors in this one. And this is a Nebraska 1867, 2006 quarter. Yeah, I don't really see too many errors. I don't see any errors, really. You know, Chimney Rock looks good. I don't see any doubling or anything. You know, no off-center strikes, no die cracks. You know, I don't really see it. If you see something, you know, you let me know. You know, so I don't know what kind of errors really to be looking for on this one, but the 2006 looks good. It looks good. I would definitely put it in the spin pile. Yeah, all the letters are separate up here. You know, put that one in the spin pile. All right, let's see what else we got. 1941 penny. Found a 1941 penny. Oh, Liberty. Yeah, it's close to the rim, but it's not touching. In God We Trust is not touching anything. 1941. Oh, no mint mark. There is no mint mark on this 1941 penny. Interesting. And it's a wheat cent. You know, I don't see any kind of major errors on it, except for no mint mark. The O and the F looks pretty worn down. United States, but I don't see any kind of doubling of anything. Like I said, Liberty looks pretty good. The fact that it's a 1941 with no mint mark, I think we'll keep that one off to the side. That's a keeper. You know, we're going to keep that one into the collection. Once we don't, we're going to spend. All right, now here's there's a 2012 Liberty Dime, In God We Trust, 2012. Can I turn that light down or should I turn it up more? And then how far am I? Can I go down a little more? No, no, I'm as far down as I can get. Turn that light down a little bit. Not so shiny and stuff. 2012. So a little bit of doubling? I don't think so. I don't think so. 2012. Trying to get the best picture I possibly can for you guys. That is... Let's go back up a little more. Maybe we can get a little better whole view of the thing. Okay, right there. Right there. The light is on. So yeah, that's a pretty good picture right there. I don't see any kind of doubling. I don't. In God We Trust looks good. Liberty looks pretty good. Nothing wrong with his face. I don't see the little chip out of his ear right in there, though. That's the thing. That's the one thing. I don't know if that's an error or not. United States, 1 dime. America. Well, let's see. The A are not touching at least, and the letters are separate. United States looks good. No doubling. No, this one looks pretty good. We're gonna throw that one in the spend pile. That's a spend. Now we only got a few more coins to go through, and then I'll let you guys go. What is this thing in my pocket? What I found some kind of foreign coin. You get another some kind of foreign coin. What is this? Oh, Canadian. Oh, look at that. I found a Canadian 1954 1-cent coin. 1954 1 cent. I found that in my change. Canada. It looks decent. Looks decent. Will I spend it? No, I'm going to keep this one. No, I'll keep this one. I like these foreign coins. Elizabeth II. I mean, I have no idea what kind of errors you'd look for on this thing, but, definitely keep her. I'll keep it. Let's see here. What else we got? Here's an older penny. 1983. D Mint Mark. Liberty looks good. In God We Trust looks good. Looks a little worn up in here. That's all. United States. Oh, it looks pretty close up there. Oh, look at that. That is definitely an error. That is definitely an error. I forgot what they call that. When the rim there is touching the N and the I. United States of America. Same thing over here. Touching the M. Unless that's some kind of, it's been smashed or something, but I don't think so. But it is what year is this one? 1983. So who knows? But yeah, we're gonna, we'll keep this one. Keep this one in the pile. Maybe look more into it. What else we got? We found a what is this? Oh, an Indian head. Found an Indian head. 1900. I got an Indian head back in my change. This is all change I get from when I go buy sodas at the grocery store, and whatever little change they got, I throw into a jar. And so I got this one. 1900. Oh, wow. That is cool. Very cool. Very cool. I never really looked through a lot of my change at first. I just kind of throw it in the jar, and then I'll check it all out later. I figured I'd come on now and check some things out. I took a handful out, and just to see if we could find anything interesting. And yeah, we did find some interesting things, didn't we? This is an Indian head, 1900. I don't see any real errors on it. But still, very interesting. One to keep, one not to spend. This looks like a newer penny. This is a 2006. Liberty looks good. In God We Trust. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything on this one. This one looks like it's just a regular old penny. E pluribus. United States. Yeah, it's letters aren't touching. Oh, the A and the M are close, but they're not touching. T's look pretty good. It looks like it's kind of worn right there. Maybe needs to be cleaned up a little bit more, but that one looks good. That looks like a penny we can spend. 1982 penny. In God We Trust looks pretty good. That W looks kind of close to the rim, but I don't think that's anything major. Liberty looks good. That T looks a little funky. It looks like something happened to that T on there. 1982, United States of America. They're all separate. They're not touching each other. Looks good. United States. Looks good. I don't see anything major. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything. We have not found any doubling. Well, we found a couple. I think one had somewhat of some doubling. And that's about it. In God we trust. Yeah, that looks good. This one's a spend. We'll spend this one. Oh, I only got a few left here. And then we'll be done for that. 1994. No mint mark. In God we trust. Liberty looks good. No doubling on this one either. But it is no mint mark. Let's see. United States of America. The A and the M look pretty close. They look like they're about to touch there. United States. The S and the O look a little worn at the bottom. So does that D. That D looks like it's kind of messed up. You know? So, 1 cent. No doubling, though. That does look a little messed up. Air looks good on Lincoln. You know, I don't see any kind of doubling. But you know what? Something tells me to keep this one into the save pile. Now, let's see. These last three are newer pennies. We got a 2023 Liberty penny. In God We Trust. Looks good. Oh, that's not too bright, man. That's too bright. Alright, let's see if we can get a closer look at these pennies. Because you only got a couple more pennies left. Liberty looks good. 2023. I don't really see any doubling. Maybe a little bit on that 2. And the 23 right there. Maybe a little bit. But nothing really major. In God We Trust looks good. Air looks good. Face, that's not bad. It's a shield one, United States of America. Letters are not touching each other, which is a good sign. You know, the R and the I look pretty close, but they're not touching. I don't see any kind of major error unless, you know. Yeah, I don't really see any kind of major errors on this one, United States of America. I think this is a spend. We'll spend this one. What is this? And I found another. What is this? Another Indian head? Yeah, another Indian head. This one's a 1902. I don't know, wound up in my jar somehow. United States of America. 1902. Indian head penny. 1 cent. I mean, definitely a keeper. I'll keep it. I bought a few of these. I don't know how they wound up in my my change jar. You know, unless I accidentally put them in there or something. I don't know. But I think I did get that back in some kind of change somewhere along the line. You know. So 2023, Liberty. Nothing major. In God We Trust. What is that? Light is just too bright on this, maybe. You know, 2023. Liberty. I don't see anything. What is that? Like a die chip right above it, maybe? I don't know. In God We Trust. Looks good. It's Shield 1, United States of America. You know, the A and the M look. I don't think they're touching, but there is some kind of funky thing going on over there. 1 cent. United States looks pretty good. I think this will just go back into the spend pile. You know what we'll spend. You know, throw in the bank or anything. I don't see anything majorly wrong with this penny. Not with this penny, anyway. Let's see. Can we get better? Trying to get the best picture I can possibly get. You know? See if I can't encompass the best in my microscope. Alright, how about that? It's about good. That's good right there. You know, like I said, we only got a couple more to go through. I don't see any kind of major errors on this one. This one's going to go into the spend pile. Alright, last but not least, this is a... What do we got here? Another 2023 penny. Liberty D mint mark. Let's turn that light down a little bit so you can see it a little better, maybe. D mint mark. Yeah, it's hard to get exactly what you want to look. I don't see anything. Let's go a little closer to it and see if we can't focus more. All right, 2023. Turn the light up a little bit. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything. In God We Trust looks good. Looks like there's a good separation from the rim. It is a shield penny, United States of America. Okay, no, is that? Are they touching on this one? Are they touching on this one? There's something funky going on between the A and the M, you know, but I think it's okay. I don't think it's anything major. United States looks good. Shield looks good. One piece. I don't see any kind of doubling or anything. Well, you know, maybe a little doubling on the 1 cent. The 1 cent ones. Maybe it looks like a little bit of doubling. But it's hard to tell. Such a small little. Okay. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of doubling on that 1 cent there. Maybe we'll keep that one and take it, you know, get a closer look at it even more. This one we'll keep. We'll throw this one into the pile. And that is it. That's I grabbed a handful of change out of my jar. Here we'll take a look at it and see if we can find anything good. You know, we'll leave you off with, what was this one we did yesterday? Yeah, the 1776. That's definitely one that I was keeping. Oh, I found something really even different. What is this? This is a 1 gross. I don't know where I got this. What is this? 2011. I think it's a Polish coin or something, maybe. You know, I don't know how it wound up in my change jar, but it did. You know. But yeah, I just wanted to come out and show everyone, you know, things that we found. You know, said this 1994. Leave this one in here. Oh, but I want to thank everyone for coming on this journey with me. If you're a coin collector and you're interested in coins, you know, subscribe. Check out my channel. You know, leave a comment. You know, if you got any questions to ask. You know, I do not buy coins. I could probably tell you where to sell them at. You know, you can do it on eBay. If you go on eBay, you can find tons of coins. There's also coin dealers that buy coins. But everyone, you guys have a good night, and thanks for watching. Bye.